Hello and welcome everyone. This is the start of episode 1 of our Karak Hirn Let's Play using Radious Total War. So this is just a quick intro to the campaign, just to let you know everything that's going to be happening. So we are going to be playing as Alric Ranulfson and Karak Hirn. So obviously, this is not a base faction or lord, so a couple of the mods, the most important mods that we're using Radius Total War, obviously, Christnos Faction Unlocker, which is adding all of the factions available that you can see, also a couple of Legendary Lord packs, which is what's enabling us to play as the unique Alric Ranulfson, rather than just having to play as a generic lord. So, also, we're using the just released formations mod, which should be interesting to try out and have a mess around with. So the goals for this campaign, we're probably going to go for like a medium length campaign. What we're going to be going for is, can we take all of the mountainous / dwarf provinces in the old world, going down to about south of Karak Peaks, that the general southern Badlands down there. Not going to be going all the way down to the deserts of Nekahara, but, you know, it's still going to be, hopefully, a reasonably lengthed campaign. So I will leave you to it now, and we'll get into the video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. We are on the campaign map now, and as you can see, it seems to be working well. We've actually managed to load in, which is a good start. So we are here as Karak Hirn. We own 2 provinces in the Black Mountains, which is, as you can see, it's by the border princes and by what's it called? Clan Angrund. We've got Karak Hirn there, and we're just south of the Empire, so we're bordering Wissenland and Averland. As you can see, across Dragonfire Pass, which we start next to, we've got Zufbar, who is another dwarven kingdom. To the south of us, we've got the Lichtenberg Confederacy, and in our own province of the Black Mountains, we have the Black Venom tribe of Orcs and Goblins, which hold Karak Angazar, the last province before we get our own full province of the Black Mountains, so we're going to be wanting to take that out pretty quickly. Got some other dwarven realms nearby, obviously, as I mentioned. Got Zufbar there. Barak Var starts in this area there. Clan Angrund and Karak Hirn, and of course Karaz Akarak starts up here. We haven't met them yet, but we should be meeting them soon, so hopefully we can get a nice military alliance with the strongest dwarf power, usually. So, starting on turn 1, there's not a super huge amount to do. We've got Alric Ranulfson here and his army. So he's got a couple of unique things. He's got your usual stuff that you would usually get on your normal lords, but he's also got some unique stuff. He's got a unique tree here, starting with the Hornhold, which adds some stuff to his army, and all of this pretty much adds stuff to the Lord's army, apart from this one, which just adds it for himself. So this is quite an interesting tree here, which adds some really, really good benefits to Alric Ranulfson's army. And of course, you finish here with the King of Karak Hirn, which adds some massive bonuses. 15% negative upkeep, charge bonus, casualty replenishment rate, and a massive 20% off recruitment cost. Really, really awesome bonuses here. And of course, he's got some unique stuff here. The Axe of Retribution, which is a great 2-handed axe. The Helm of Eagles, which is a nice 30% ward save and enables him to cause fear. And of course, you've got Karak Hirn's Book of Grudges, which I'm not really sure about this since it's in red, but I think possibly you get a negative chaos corruption around the Lord's army, also some melee attack and some speed. So that's Alric Ranulfson, the unique lord, and I forgot to mention there, he's got the Army of Karak Hirn trait, which adds weapon strength for all dwarf units with hand weapons and melee defense for dwarf warriors and miners. So we're going to be starting off here. Alric Ranulfson will probably move him into Karak Hirn, and we'll recruit 2 dwarf warriors and some dwarf warriors with great weapons. We start with a grudge thrower, 2 quarrelers, thunderers, some dwarf warriors, and some dwarf warriors with great weapons. The Black Mountains isn't a great province. Both of our things start at level 1 as dwarf mining colonies. We start with a trinket maker in Migdalvonal Barak and a sparring chamber in Karak Hirn. We're probably going to be getting rid of the trinket maker and replacing that with the barley fields for the dwarf, so we'll get some extra growth here since we don't appear to have any growth buildings, and it's going to take quite a while to level up the old growth. So, last thing to do before we end the turn, got to research something. So, probably going to be going with Gather the Throngs, which will reduce the recruitment cost of dwarf warriors and miners, which we're probably going to be using mostly in the early game, so that's probably going to help us out a bunch. So, that's the end of the turn, so I will be ending the turn, and for this series, I'll probably be cutting out the end turn timers, in case, I mean, let me know in the comments if you want me to leave them in, but I'll probably be, so I'll see you at the end. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have finished the end turn timer, the demolition has been completed, and Avaland, who is to our north, has been declared on by the Von Karlsteins. You can see one of their vampires there. So, we've got an empty slot in Migdalon Barrack, so we'll be putting a barley field there. And we're immediately going to go for expansion and try and take Karak Angazar, because I believe his army has left.
Let us
so we'll be going into the underway, and we'll be going down here. And yep, there's his army. Not super huge. He's got an Arachnorok spider though, so we probably want to be avoiding combat with him for now. So that appears to that's all we can do this turn. Not really much to look at. Maybe we can see if we can get some diplomacy going.
To pledge me your loyalty?
Yes, they will already accept a defensive alliance. I think we could push for a military alliance.
I'll do it.
Yes, we can. So that's a really nice start, getting a military alliance with Clan Angrund and Belagar Ironhammer. So they've not got a huge amount up here, but more than us. So haven't met Barak Var or any of the other dwarves around here. Zufbar? I don't know.
You may speak
they will
before my agreed.
But that appears to be all they're willing to accept. Not massive fans of us. So that's probably going to be all for this turn. So I'll see you in the next one. Right, welcome back to the turn, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to stop saying that every time. It's just going to get repetitive. So we're on to turn 3. We've encountered the Talsin, one of the Wood Elf factions. Our construction has been completed. We have a barley field in Migdalon Barrack, which should be, yes, that's massively increasing the growth in the Black Mountains, which should enable us to get some upgrades reasonably soon. So as we can see down here,
ready for bossing!
Snagler Gorspit has gone and colonised, possibly, Matorka. Yes, it looks like. Yes, it does look like they've
you need help
for the wisdom of the layer.
We're gonna
speak up, or I'll take your tongue.
Clan Angrund is going to join in with us.
It is
we're
time.
going to go and take Karak Angazar from under their
noses.
Them. I mean, we've obviously got a massive advantage here, but first battle of the campaign. Good luck to play it out. So I'll see you when we're on the battle map. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So in the battle map here, Karak Hirn, they've got some really nice looking units to be honest. I really love the colour scheme of that. Look at that. Lovely. If we head along to Alric Ranulfson, you can see the unique model, his massive two-handed axe, big red beard and winged tail. Because I really do like this colour scheme. Like maybe a little bit more gritty, lots of greys and browns. Maybe a little bit more realistic than some of the other like blue and red colour schemes. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be setting up our typical line. We also got these formations. What we got here? Shield Breaker. Based on the Rune of Courage, this formation grants its users plenty of that as well as formidable attack strength by being able to more easily break through enemy formations. We've got Shield Wall, which we will have to activate Iron Guard. Iron Guard. Shield Wall. This formation disables all ranged attacks. Although more vulnerable to artillery, men fighting in tight formation can better support each other in close combat. We've got the Iron Guard Hollow Box. This formation is immobile in nature, but that matters little as it is used to defend valuable ranged combatants, such as artillery, magic users, or the odd crossbow unit against harm. Also got the Ring of Steel, which disables all ranged attacks again. Creates a large and thin defensive ring, which is enough to guard several groups of artillery or ranged units with minimal manpower. Also got down here the Last Stand. While the name may sound frightening to its users, this formation helps isolated units to survive, as they trade mobility from preparedness to defend against all directions. So what does that do? So it gives leadership, charge resistance, melee defense. They can't move, but it also gives unbreakable 360-degree firing. Not useful for dwarf warriors, obviously. Discipline, fatigue resistance, missile parry, charge resistance, leadership, melee defense. That's pretty good. So let's try out some of these formations here. So if we put them in shield wall, do they look any different? No? I suppose maybe they're standing a little bit closer together. So they've got 10% missile parry, 50% charge resist, and some melee defense, although they do lose some melee attack. So we'll get a second line of dwarf warriors with great weapons, and we'll be... Can I put them in, I think? Yeah, let's put them in a flying wedge. Put them on the flank here, so we can come around while these dwarves hold the front line. So then we'll be making our ranged line, which can sit just there. We've got 2 units of quarrelers looking awesome, and of course thunderers. Love the gunpowder units in Total War Warhammer. So we can put the grudge thrower at the back, and Alric Ranaldson, the king of Karak Hirn, right at the centre of the formation. Lovely jubbly. So let's start the battle, and hopefully they will come to us.
We demand blood!
Get these 2 over here. Hopefully the dwarves won't come after them. Got the grudge thrower already taking massive shots at the advancing orcs. I don't like this. Are they coming over there? That would be good. You know, for now we're going to move them back here, just so they don't get caught out. Are they all in shield? They're not in shield. Should they be in shield?
It is a reckoning!
Look like they're in shield. Or...
Will do! Reload! Understood! I'll take every one of them myself!
It appears to be taken out of shield. They are in it, it just doesn't appear here. That's
Most of the throng!
So our ranged units are pouring in fire, grudge thrower doing massive damage. I love dwarven artillery, so powerful. Even better once you get like organ guns and cannons and stuff like that. They're so powerful. Night goblins appearing out of nowhere. Folks.
Malaya bless our aim!
It doesn't appear they can from the angle they were at.
None will stop us! Nothing can stop us!
I'm hoping they'll actually be able to make it to us. So get Alric Ranaldson to charge in against the enemy general, which appears to be the spearhead. Get these warriors to hold against the goblins. They're holding against all of the units, so we'll get the dwarf warriors with great weapons coming around like that. We'll get our quarrelers to fire at the enemy. We'll get our thunderers to move around the flank so that they can fire into the orcs. Should be really nice. So the dwarf warriors with great weapons and their shield breaker flying wedge formation should be able to do some massive damage on the flanks of the enemy units. If they're not dead by the time we get there.
My clan calls!
So this mod was only released in the last few days, so I'm not sure how polished or whatever it is, so maybe there might be a couple of numbers on it.
It is a reckoning!
I think it's worth it, because it's looking really quite interesting. So we'll get these dwarf warriors to try to dive into the back of the night goblins, and we'll get this other unit to move around and charge into the back of these goblins. These 2 units didn't be excellent. They should be doing massive charge leadership, melee attack, charge speed. They should absolutely destroy the enemy units. You should be going this time. You should be retreating.
Hold those dwarfen legs!
Yes,
Kill anything without the beard!
So we see if we can get one volley off before we end the battle. Massive damage into those orcs. So that's probably going to be it. They're all broken, and since this is a siege battle, there's not going to be anyone left. So there we go, decisive victory, and I'll see you back on the campaign map. Right, hello again. So, decisive victory, we only lost 31 men, got nice 96 kills on the grudge thrower, I believe that's the MVP, yes. Closely followed, well, I say that, by Alric Ranulfson, 65 kills on him and 62 on that unit of quarrels. Awesome, so that's the victory. We've taken Karak and Gazar, so we could plunder it for 1200, but that would also provide massive potential instability. So apparently we got a potion of toughness on Ralric Ranulfson, which you can use anytime unless you're broken. So that replenishes hit points, gives armor and melee defense for 30 seconds. We've secured the Black Mountains, so we've declared on Black Venom. We were decisively victorious, so now we have control of the whole of the Black Mountains. So apparently there's already a sparring chamber in Karak and Gazar, so we can get rid of the one in Karak Hirn. We're going to be wanting to keep it in Karak and Gazar because this only levels up to rank 3, whereas this can go all the way up to rank 5. So we're going to be wanting to put our rank 5 and 4 buildings in Karak Hirn, and we might be running out of space, so we'll want to free up as much space as possible.
My axe thirsts for war.
The victorious army, and Alric Ranulfson has leveled up. So I've got the, I don't know whether it comes normal with Radious or whether it's a sub mod that I've got, but we do have 2 skill points per level, so we'll be able to get Round Archer and full plate armor. So which will take him up to 130 ore armor. What a beast. So, unfortunately got some public order problems in this province for a bit, but other than that, this seems like a good place to end the turn.
Can I help you?
Clan Angren help us, deciding if Snagler Gorespit decides to come back up. Oh, sorry, we forgot to put in a commandment, so we'll probably put in tax rate and research rate, since we're probably going to be able to handle the public order problems. So that is the end of turn 3, so I'll see you again in a minute. So, and we're partway through the end turn now, and it appears that Snagler Gorespit has decided to attack Karak and Gazar. Now, we could fight this out, but as you can see, we have a massive advantage in the balance of power, so we're just going to auto-resolve this one, and apparently we wiped his army completely. So we're not really worrying about casualty replenishment at the moment, so we'll get a nice 465. So, I mean, we may as well record through the end of this turn. So, the plans here... Oh,
let's hear what you have to say. We'll hear it before off gold.
Confederacy. So it appears they want a non-aggression pact, but they're willing to pay us 200, so we'll probably be accepting. We're probably not wanting to attack them anytime soon. So that should tide us over for a bit. So the overall plan for this campaign, you know what, I won't talk about that. If I'll put something at the start of the video which should give you a general idea of what we're looking to do in this campaign. So that's the next turn. We've got a Scarecrow banner for Alric Ranulfson, which gives a -5 leadership around a unit permanently? Yes, constantly. So, we've unlocked the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, which is a regiment of renown, and we've completed our research on gathering the throngs. So, we can get a new research, which is probably going to be including related families, because possibly we're going to have a few public order issues in our settlements. Alric Ranulfson has leveled up again, so what we're going to be wanting to do with him is we're going to be wanting to make him a very tanky frontline lord. So we're going to be putting hard to hit and scarred veteran, which is taking up to 57 melee defense and 3,781 hit points. So it appears we can go all the way down to Matorka this turn. We're going to pick up the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass first, though. So we'll be sending his army down there and grabbing ourselves a free region.
Ready, axes!
Basically free. What, 41 men? Not going to be looting, just like that. And Black Venom have been destroyed, and Alric Ranulfson has gained the Shield of Tolos. Tolos? Patolos? I think Tolos. So it gives melee defense and 30% missile resistance. He's going to be a proper tanky little lord, isn't he? So, Karak Hirn, we've managed to get rid of the sparring chamber, so we're going to be adding in a barley field, so just so we can increase the food production in this region as much as possible. Matorka, we can repair the ruined docks to get us some trade and such. So Alric Reynolds has leveled up again. So we're going to be getting another point in Hard to Hit and another one in Scarred Veteran. So I hope the Lichtenberg Confederacy are going to send that army away. Don't want them raiding our province. And there, we've met Barak Var now, so possibly we can get some...
And what can the
yes,
Dawi do for you? Oathbound.
Maybe some military access.
Never.
But hopefully we can get an alliance with them as soon as possible, since we've already got really good relations, and it's another fellow dwarf realm that maybe later on into the game we can confederate with. So that's going to be the end of the turn, so I'll see you in the next one. Right, and we're back for turn 5. Not a huge amount to do this turn, as most of our production is completed. However, in one turn, we're going to have a population surplus in the Black Mountains, which should enable us to upgrade Karak Hirn to a dwarf outpost. We should be granting another production slot, and possibly that means we'll be able to get some... Where is it? There we go. Iron mining pit, which should give us some income, some recruitment cost reduction for some of our units, and also, most importantly, iron resource production, which should enable us to get maybe some more trade agreements with some more willing partners. So, I think that's probably what we're going to be doing. So we've not got war with anyone, basically just holding down the Talker for now, really. So that's probably going to be it. So I'll see you in the next turn. And we're back, so we've got a couple of things to do this turn. So, well, I say a couple of things. One thing. So we're going to be upgrading Karak Hirn to level 2, which should enable us to get another pot and possibly increase this barley field, so we can get some more growth in this province. Alric Wilson is sitting down here in the Talker. Probably going to wait here until they're at least leveled up a little bit, and possibly until there's a population surplus, so then we can probably put in some public order buildings, which should help hold down this new expansion to unofficial. So, unfortunately, not much to do again, so I'll see you next turn. Right, and we're back again. So, we've done the research to include related families, which should be adding some public order to our provinces, which are possibly lacking a little bit in the public order department at the moment, so that should help significantly. So, I've noticed that the music appears to be quite low. Maybe turn that up a little bit. Oh, don't tell me it's crashed now. Ah, there we go. So, that should hopefully maybe increase the sound quality a little bit. Alric Wilson down here with his army. Nice public order increases in the Talker. I mean, negative public order here, but there's not going to be a rebellion for 37 turns, so we should be alright there. So, Barak Var, they're liking us a reasonable amount. Yes, 38, that's definitely going positive. Unfortunately, they're not willing to do anything else at the moment, but luckily, we do have that military alliance with Clan Angrand, which should hopefully go... I don't know what he's doing with Belagar. Why is he sending him up there? Yeah, whatever. So, research for this turn. Let's say that we will get Dwarven Resolve. So, this is one of the better technologies in the Dwarven tree, specifically for this campaign because we're playing with Radious. So what it does is it adds leadership for dwarven infantry units. Now the key word there is infantry. So a lot of these other things are very specific, so it's recruitment cost reduction for dwarf warriors and miners. However, Radius adds a lot of other units which we're going to be using later into the game. So that's not really going to help us later on in the campaign. However, leadership for all of our dwarf infantry units should help significantly because it's going to affect everything, including the units added by Radius. So we're going to be doing that at the moment, and then we're probably going to be heading on to ammunition wagons, so for ammunition for all of our ranged units. So again, that's all for this turn, so I'll see you in the next one. Okay, and we're back for this turn. Again, unfortunately, there's really not a lot to do in this early game since we're not doing much aggressive expansion. I suppose we could go and attack the what are they called? The Wurzags War and the Scabby Eye and the Iron Claw. But I mean, really, there's no point. I mean, Barak Var's going to take them out anyway, and we're probably going to confederate with them later into the game. So there's not a huge amount of point in really aggressively expanding here as Karak Hirn. I mean, I suppose we could go and attack Fieldorf from the Skull Takers. And it appears that the von Karsteins have taken Grenstadt from Avalund, so that's not excellent. So possibly we could maybe make an alliance with Avalund and take Grenstadt for ourselves. So, but unfortunately at the moment there's not a huge amount to do. So I'm probably gonna skip ahead till there's something to do, really. And we're back again. So we actually do have a couple of things to do this turn. So we've finished our upgrade on Karak Hirn. So either we could go straight into getting some artillery, which to be honest I'm not sure is super worthwhile, but it's definitely something we could do. Can't get any of that. I mean, suppose we could go straight for defense, but it's not really worth it at this point. So what we're probably going to do is go for the iron mining pit. We're going to obviously upgrade the barley field to a granary, and then we're going to go for Karak and Gazar, and we're going to improve that so that we can upgrade the sparring chamber into a clan barracks, which will enable us to get some more quarrelers and possibly some dwarven warriors with long axes. So we're going to be staying in Matorka for a little bit just to increase the public order a little bit. So if I leave right now, that'll put it to -3. Which isn't good, but there's a... No, we'll still stay in Matorka for a little bit, and then we can move on to Karak and Gazar. A couple of things happened in the end turn. Obviously, we completed the upgrade there. Lichtenberg Confederacy has declared war on Avalon, so our neighbours have declared war on our potential allies, so we'll have to see how that goes. We've also managed to establish contact with Tylia in the Southern Realms, and obviously the population surplus. So we've currently got an income of about 2,600, which isn't a huge amount, but we've got a nice bank of about 23,000. We don't have any grudges at the moment, which is always good, so we've got bonus to public order, which isn't helping a huge amount, but hey, it's better than nothing. So that's going to be turn 9, and probably what we're going to do is finish this first episode of our Karak Hirn campaign on episode 10. So I'll complete this episode with finishing of turn 10. So I'll see you then. And we're back for this turn. So, a couple of things happened in the end turn. The vampire counts have finally declared war on Jufbar, and they've taken Oakenhammer in one turn. So, Karag Dramar is possibly maybe at risk from the von Karsteins, and Jufbar is definitely at risk from the main vampire counts and Manfred. So, Karak Hirn, we can upgrade the iron mining pit to an iron mines already, and we've unlocked the Ekrund miners for Alric, which we're going to definitely recruit and use as a nice flanking unit. So, Alric has also managed to level up to level 5, so we're going to finish off both Hard to Hit and Scarred Veteran, taking him up to a whopping 73 melee defense and 4,222 health. So, the last thing we do before we end this episode is we're going to have a look around and see if anyone would like to maybe trade. So we've already got a military alliance. Oh, Clan Angren would already accept a confederation, which I'm not super sure that I want to go with straight away. But maybe we can get a non-aggression pact with Karak, which would definitely increase their opinion of us. We can maybe look to getting a non-aggression pact with them. Maybe. No, they're not happy about it at the moment. there anyone else that we can possibly trade with? Let's have a look. So, trade. We can trade with the Von Carsteins and with the Skull Takers. So, no, there's not really any options to trade. So, that is going to be the end of this first episode of our Karak Hirn Let's Play. So, I will see you all tomorrow for episode 2. Thanks for watching. Do like and subscribe if that's what you would like to do. So, see you tomorrow.